You might not think it actually works, but oh, it does. Diana Jungle was first introduced on the pro scene by Canyon at MSI 2021, and his performance blew Jaxon away. If you haven't seen it, you should, and if you haven't tried it, it's about damn time. Let's take a walk through this stunning performance by Canyon and teach you all the tips and tricks you need to dominate the jungle. Diana is an AP carry. Lots of magic damage in her kit and the ability to melt squishies fast. In Canyon's case, Damwon planned to pick full AD solo lanes and they needed the magic damage to come from somewhere. Damwon could have picked Lilia or Rumble, but they needed a jungler that could initiate against DFM's in-your-face composition. In addition, with Showmaker looking to pick Yasuo, they also needed someone with a knockup. And guess who can do both? Yup, it's Diana. With her E-dash and her ultimate knocking everyone near her in the air, it's an easy setup for Yasuo doing teamfights. And that's on top of Nor's lockdown and Nautilus's initiations and follow-ups. Pros don't pick junglers just because they work in a team comp. They have to be viable against meta picks. Sejuani could have been an alternative in other patches, but not during MSI because clear speed was king. Diana isn't the fastest, but she does hold her own against most matchups since Riot buffed her passive in 11.8. More splash damage on her third auto attack and faster clear on both wolves and raptors. Diana has always been able to sustain through jungle, and her recent defensive nerfs won't hurt her that much. She should still be good to go. And even though the game didn't start out well for Diana, it really took quite the turn. Canyon went for a standard full clear, starting from blue buff. After taking that, he went to Grump, the Wolves, Raptors, red buff, then Crux. But because Diana isn't the fastest at clearing, and because MSI meta was all about clearing speed, DFM's jungler used Udyr to counter jungle and invade as much as possible. But that's exactly where you could see glimpses of how useful Diana could be. Before Udyr got to her, she used her QE combo to dash to Crux and escaped mostly unharmed, even though she ends up losing the jungle camp. And that QE combo will come in handy later. But there's still one other problem. Every jungler depends on their laners having priority when they want to take early Scuttle Crab and all sorts of other camps in the river. Because Damwon lost priority in the bot lane early, going for Scuttle was very risky. Damwon decided to try anyway, and it ends up being a disaster. DFM also wanted in and they sent everything, even Nocturne's teleport from top, just to get it. DFM does end up getting the crab, a kill on Showmaker early, and a kill on Canyon. After that, Diana couldn't do much in the early game. She had to get level 6 to set up her own ganks because her laners were struggling. And that's all while getting counter-jungled by Udyr. But that's where Canyon was good. He adapted, bid his time, then waited for an opportunity to come right around his level 6. That opportunity came when DFM wanted to invade on Canyon's blue, and Damwon reacted by sending just about everyone out there. Bot lane went back, mid roamed to blue, and Canyon escaped DFM's dive. From there, even though Diana flashed, she could still use her E to dash to targets. And as you know, if Diana dashes to a target that she hit with her Q, the E cooldown is refunded. See how Canyon uses that first E to get in range, then uses the refunded E to close the gap after his target flashes, and knocks up 2 players with an ultimate for an easy setup. From there, Damwon were able to restabilize themselves. Sure, they had to give up on some dragons here and there because they didn't have the vision or the cooldowns ready to confront DFM, but they knew that they scaled pretty well into late game, a point where both Diana and Yasuo can melt DFM's carries. Easy peasy. For that, Diana builds Emberknife for the red smite to mess with a single carry, Sorcerer's shoes for the magic penetration, Nashor's tooth for the AP, attack speed, and the passive, all of which work really well on her, and Zhonya's Hourglass for the temporary immunity right after an engage when necessary. If the game went on long enough, Canyon would have built Hextech Rocketbelt to have one more dash to his arsenal and set up Showmaker's Yasuo from a longer distance, but the game ended before that happened. Diana's natural damage is enough for her to not need much else when it comes to pure damage. Alone, she would have been scary enough to kill Arya's Syndra or Utapon's Diana, but she had Yasuo with her to make life bars disappear faster. Diana sets things up with a huge burst of damage around a choke point. When she suddenly flashes, dashes, and ults, a lot of DFM's players are caught off guard. Canyon didn't even need Nor or Nautilus to set that up. He could do that all by himself. Easy follow-up for Showmaker, easy kills, and from there, the game is pretty much over. Damwon gets the Baron, and then use that to win the game. Oh, and by the way, here's Diana melting Syndra solo. I mean, look at that second dash to avoid all the CC. In short, Diana is a great late-game magic damage assassin, a great teamfight initiator, she can synergize with a lot of picks out there, and she doesn't have to worry about fast clearers anymore in the new patch. So go ahead, pick her, and have some fun in the ladder.